There is an ongoing discussion that China is emerging as a new superpower and replacing the US in the global power structure. China is emerging strongly from the growing global economic crisis due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Donald Trump's ally-alienating policies have pushed this narrative forward considerably. Today, we will discuss, will China overtake the US as a superpower in the future? Before starting the video, make sure to leave a like. And if you want to see more content, subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. Economy and military. There is no doubt that China has become the global powerhouse economically and is expected to surpass the US as the world's biggest economy by 2028. However, China is still behind, but on its way to reaching the US in military power with increased spending on weapons technology and developing several secretive weapons. There is no doubt that China acquiring economic and military strength superior to the US sooner than later. Still, the question is, can the Communist Party-led China ever be as formidable and complete a superpower as the US has been for the last 8 decades? When the Soviet Union competed with the US to claim superpower status during the Cold War, it matched America's strength in leading alliances and military power. However, at the height of its power, the Soviet Union was never a match for US domination economically or culturally. One-party communist country. Although China has developed a hybrid system to grow spectacularly on the economic front, it is still a one-party communist country. Politically, it has become further closed and centralized than ever before. In addition, the Chinese Communist Party is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. In 2011, when it was celebrating its 90th anniversary, an invite-only meeting of the Chinese Political Science Association took place in Shanghai. Many top Chinese political scientists openly discussed the possibilities of China opening up to a multi-party electoral system. That discussion is almost impossible to imagine in Xi Jinping-led China now. Undoubtedly, China is a strong state with a powerful party bureaucracy, but its politics is potentially fragile. Under a closed system, it is almost impossible to predict when that spark will arrive to ignite a political upheaval. This is a country where the Interpol chief or a globally famous billionaire can disappear without any official explanation. As a result, hundreds of Chinese millionaires have been living abroad to protect their wealth from future uncertainties and to avail the opportunities of open societies. China has become rich. It is spending heavily on its university education, but 600,000 Chinese students go abroad for their higher studies every year. China's economy might have been booming for decades, but 10 million Chinese have traveled to other countries to find jobs. In contrast, 51 million people worldwide have moved to the US for better work and improved living. Tough neighborhood. Despite its ongoing political troubles, there is no doubt that the American political system is resilient to any attack from destabilizing forces. But that sort of trust in the system continues to elude China. Though China has been enjoying political stability for a long time, the Chinese people don't have similar trust and confidence in their political system as the Americans have. This will not help China command the respect of other countries in its competition to become the global superpower. Geopolitics also does not favor China, as it has the US. Unlike the US, China is surrounded by several influential and competing countries. At least 2, Russia and India, see the dream of becoming superpowers. China has also fought wars against them and continues to have several border disputes. As a result, China is neither safe nor secure in its neighborhood to freely engage in political and military projects in other parts of the world as the US does. Besides China's location in a tough neighborhood, it also lacks trusted, powerful allies. On one hand, the democratic US has established strong political and military cooperation with many regionally powerful countries like the UK, Germany, Japan, and Australia since the Cold War days. It continues to keep those allies while getting new ones like India. On the other hand, China's only significant ally is Russia. Still, that alliance suffers from many contradictions and has not passed the test of time. Therefore, it will be hard to imagine China gaining the upper hand militarily, economically, or politically in the future compared to the US and its allies' combined forces. The US stands firm. The US has been and will continue to be the global cultural superpower. There is minimal possibility of China posing any serious challenge to that status. Not only does its democracy and freedom provide ideological superiority to the US, but its cultural influence through movies, media, music, and literature also extends across the world. Moreover, the US is a country of immigrants, and it represents and enriches the cultures and ideas of the world. But China has remained a closed country for a long time. While English remains the world's language, it is almost impossible to imagine Mandarin taking up that place. China will always struggle to catch up to the US and take the lead position in the global power race. But, like the Soviet Union, its superpower status will be limited and confined to certain aspects of it. The US has everything to hold its own long in this competition if it doesn't often engage in self-sabotaging as it has in the Donald Trump administration. While China seeks to become the world's next superpower, dethroning the United States and tearing apart the rules-based international system America and its allies have built since World War II. The US faces myriad conventional and unconventional threats from Russia, North Korea, Iran, terrorist organizations, climate change, and pandemics, all of this just being some of them. Yet, China unquestionably rises to the top as the primary danger to US national security. To achieve the world's next superpower, Beijing primarily goes after economic, industrial, and technological targets to offer a competitive advantage to the Chinese financial and technical sector. China uses espionage to fuel its economic furnaces, whether it's stolen blueprints of American and foreign, including Russian, aircraft, such as the F-35 or F-22, or missile technology. These intelligence operations pose a grave threat to US national security and economic prosperity. For example, Chinese espionage costs the US between 200 to 600 billion USD a year in stolen intellectual property. And this is something that has been happening for the past 2 decades. So, this would mean a loss of 4 trillion USD on the low end to 12 trillion on the high end, a tremendous loss either way. The holistic and comprehensive threat to the United States posed by the Communist Party of China is an existential threat, and it is the most complex, pernicious, aggressive, and strategic threat the US has ever faced. Unlike the Soviet Union, China now faces several geopolitical and cultural challenges before reaching global superpower status similar to the US. Although China can't aspire to get the same respect and acceptance worldwide, even if its economic and military power overtakes the US, the democratic US will always have ideological, political, and cultural superiority compared to a communist China, while negating the possibility of China overtaking the US as a global superpower or underestimating China is hazardous thinking. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications to see more of our future videos. With that said, keep enjoying our videos, and I'll see you in the next video.